I have not done a buck knife in quite a while. So, since Alex from Alex's Knives and Such sent in this buck 112 Select Ranger something, I figured I would talk about it because it's actually rather cool. It is in the budget category. It's like $35 or something like that. So it's nothing fancy or over the top, but as far as a budget knife, total user knife, beater knife, if you will, this has some actually excellent qualities. It's pretty good for what it is, if you know what I mean. So let's just run through the specs really fast first, and then we'll talk about it. So it's 4 1/4 closed, 7 1/8 overall, just a hair over that actually. 2.85 blade length with a 2.6-inch cutting edge. It's 2 thou behind the edge. It is 420 HC stainless steel. Blade thickness is 0.117, overall thickness of 0.413, and it weighs in at just 2.6 ounces. Okay, so it is light, it is thin, and it does have some fingerprints on it, which I thought I took care of before I just hit record, but apparently not. That's okay. So let's take a close look. It's got a nice stonewash finish. It is, nylon reinforced fiber, what it's plastic handles, guys. Okay. They can call it whatever they want. It's some plasticky type of resin handles, which is totally okay. And it has a really wide pocket clip. I'm not sure why, but it actually works phenomenally well, to be honest with you. And the thumb studs are pretty nice, and a really slight recurve, maybe? Maybe not. I think that's just my eye. But for being a small, thin, slim knife, it actually works pretty well in my hand. Let me see how that compares to the Delica, because the Delica is very similar in size. Okay. There is a price difference between the buck 112 Slim and the Delica. And what more are you getting with the Delica? You're getting a VG10 blade rather than 420 HC. Similar lockbacks. The lockback is in a different location. Okay, but that's okay. You're getting one-handed opening. This was not meant to be a comparison video, but we're just going to roll with that, okay? Unscripted. I just kind of roll with stuff. The pocket clip is different. I prefer the Spyderco pocket clip over the buck, but they both work very well. As far as feel in your hand, okay, that one's not bad. But here, I think you have a little bit, you got a place to put your thumb on the buck. Here, you can hold back and you got a place for your thumb. But if I'm holding it up, then my thumb kind of lands here, which is a little awkward and uncomfortable. As far as opening, I think the Spidey hole is a little easier to manipulate than the thumb studs. Just slightly. Because of their positioning, I have to kind of hold back a little bit. I have to push the knife forward a little bit to get to the thumb studs. And I definitely like, now that I'm actually just using them back and forth, I definitely like the position of the lock bar in the middle as opposed to at the butt end. I really have to go way back to get to it. Whereas on the Delica, it's just right there. I don't know. I can't give the edge to either one. There's things I like about both. So I think really in real world use, this is going to fit better and feel better in my hand if I'm out using it than this does. This one, I feel the pocket clip right in here in the middle of my hand. This one, I think the pocket clip being a little bit bigger in the back actually aids in the grip. It kind of is like a swell in the back so that my hand is a little more locked in. So all things considered, I might think I think the Buck might win out a little bit on that. The VG10 versus 420 HC. I'm not a steel snob, so I don't know. I'm going to say they're similar. I don't know. This one is, well, it's based in the USA stuff. I don't know if this particular one model is made in the USA or not. And the Delico is definitely, the Delico, not even sure what I said there, is made in Siki City, Japan. So, okay, you guys can go with your gut on if you feel like it has to be made American or the Japanese version of the Spyderco. I don't know. That to me, I'm irrelevant on that. It makes no difference to me. So I think it's kind of cool. It's $35. The Delica with the glow in the dark thing, this was over $100. I don't remember exactly. I got it from Knife Joy. They kind of gave me a deal. But I don't remember the exact price. I'd have to look it up. It was over $100, right around $100, let's say, versus 33, I think, on the Buck website. Probably a little bit less on Amazon or something if you looked. I don't know. Again, the edge goes to the Buck. So let me know your thoughts down below. Let's do a couple of size comparisons here. With the Sharpie and the pencil, the AA and D cell batteries. We already saw it next to the Delica. The AAA battery i3T flashlight from Olight. Since I still have it here, how about the Monterey Bay Knives Slayback Flipper XL, whatever it's called. Super, super cool knife, actually. I do need to send this back to Gary. I need to send it back, but I think this is kind of cool. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And while you're at it, why don't you take a look at the Buck 112 Auto video that I did that Random Rob lent me. Be right up there in the corner. Thanks, guys.